A Course in Miracles. Lesson 99. Salvation is my only function here. Salvation and forgiveness are the same. They both imply that something has gone wrong, something to be saved from, forgiven for, something amiss that needs corrective change, something apart or different from the will of God. Thus do both terms imply a thing impossible, but yet which has occurred, resulting in a state of conflict seen between what is and what could never be. Truth and illusions both are equal now, for both have happened. The impossible becomes the thing you need forgiveness for, salvation from. Salvation now becomes the borderland between the truth and the illusion. It reflects the truth because it is the means by which you can escape illusions. Yet it is not yet the truth, because it undoes what was never done. How could there be a meeting place at all where earth and heaven can be reconciled within a mind where both of them exist? The mind that sees illusions thinks them real. They have existence in that they are thoughts, and yet they are not real, because the mind that thinks these thoughts is separate from God. What joins the separated mind and thoughts with mind and thought, which are forever one? What plan could hold the truth inviolate, yet recognize the need illusions bring, and offer means by which they are undone, without attack, and with no touch of pain? What but a thought of God could be this plan, by which the never done is overlooked, and sins forgotten which were never real? The Holy Spirit holds this plan of God exactly as it was received of Him within the mind of God, and in your own. It is apart from time, in that its source is timeless. Yet it operates in time, because of your belief that time is real. Unshaken does the Holy Spirit look on what you see, on sin and pain and death, on grief and separation, and on loss. Yet does He know one thing must still be true? God is still love, and this is not His will. This is the thought that brings illusions to the truth, and sees them as appearances behind which is the changeless and the sure. This is the thought that saves and that forgives, because it lays no faith in what is not created by the only source it knows. This is the thought whose function is to save by giving you its function as your own. Salvation is your function, with the one to whom the plan was given. Now are you entrusted with this plan, along with Him. He has one answer to appearances, regardless of their form, their size, their depth, or any attribute they seem to have. Salvation is my only function here. God still is love, and this is not His will. You who will yet work miracles, be sure you practice well the idea for today. Try to perceive the strength in what you say, for these are words in which your freedom lies. Your Father loves you. All the world of pain is not His will. Forgive yourself the thought He wanted this for you. Then let the thought with which He has replaced all your mistakes enter the darkened places of your mind, but thought the thoughts that never were His will. This part belongs to God, as does the rest. It does not think its solitary thoughts and make them real by hiding them from Him. Let in the light, and you will look upon no obstacle to what He wills for you. Open your secrets to His kindly light, and see how bright this light still shines in you. Practice His thought today, and let His light seek out and lighten up all darkened spots, and shine through them to join them to the rest. It is God's will your mind be one with His. It is God's will that He has but one Son. It is God's will that His one Son is you. Think of these things in practicing today, and start the lesson that we learn today with this instruction in the way of truth. Salvation is my only function here. Salvation and forgiveness are the same.
Then turn to Him who shares your function here, and let Him teach you what you need to learn to lay all fear aside, and know yourself as love, which has no opposite in you. Forgive all thoughts which would oppose the truth of your completion, unity, and peace. You cannot lose the gifts your Father gave. You do not want to be another self. You have no function that is not of God. Forgive yourself the one you think you made. Forgiveness and salvation are the same. Forgive what you have made, and you are saved. There is a special message for today, which has the power to remove all forms of doubt and fear forever from your mind. If you are tempted to believe them true, remember that appearances cannot withstand the truth these mighty words contain. Salvation is my only function here. God still is love, and this is not His will. Your only function tells you you are one.
Remind yourself of this between the times you give 5 minutes to be shared with Him who shares God's plan with you. Remind yourself, salvation is my only function here. Thus do you lay forgiveness on your mind, and let all fear be gently laid aside, that love may find its rightful place in you, and show you that you are the Son of God. Lesson 99. Salvation is my only function here. Nothing happened, and that changes everything. There's a man who cleans up crime scenes, not the kind you see on television, the kind no one talks about. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't investigate. He doesn't care who did what or why. He just gets the call and shows up. The first house is quiet. Too quiet. Tape across the door. Neighbors whispering. Inside, chaos. A shattered table. Glass across the floor. A chair turned over like something tried to escape. And in the center, a stain. Dark. Heavy. Convincing. He kneels down. Not in fear, not in shock, but in recognition. Because he's seen this before. Not this house, this pattern. He doesn't say, "What happened here?" He says nothing. He opens his kit and begins. He wipes. Slow, deliberate, certain. And as he works, something strange begins to happen. The stain doesn't resist. It doesn't fight to stay. It fades, like it was never fixed in place to begin with. The glass disappears. The damage softens. The room returns. Not repaired, revealed. As if the chaos had been layered on top, and now the layer is lifting. He finishes, stands, looks around. Nothing broken, nothing lost. Nothing happened. And then the second call comes. Different house, different story. A woman this time. Crying. Saying she's been betrayed. Saying something was taken from her. Saying she'll never be the same. He walks in. Same scene. Different props. Same structure. A narrative of damage. A belief in harm. A conclusion already accepted. He doesn't comfort her story. He doesn't challenge it either. He just begins. Wipe. Lift. Undo. And again. It dissolves. Not healed. Not repaired. But undone. Like mist in sunlight. Like a shadow realizing it has no source. Now listen carefully, because this is where the lesson turns. He gets a third call. But this time, it's not a house. It's a mind. And the voice on the other end says, "This one is different. This one is real. This one actually happened." He arrives, and the scene is familiar. Regret, guilt, a past that feels heavy, sticky, unavoidable. Memories arranged like evidence, thoughts repeating like testimony. This is what I did. This is what they did. This is why I feel this way. And for the first time, the hesitation appears. Not in him, but in the one who called him. Because something inside whispers, what if this one stays? What if this one is justified? What if this is the one thing that can't be undone? And this is the entire world. A collection of scenes, all claiming to be the exception. All saying, this one is real. But his function has never changed. He doesn't adjust for intensity. He doesn't measure pain. He doesn't grade the illusion. He gives the same answer, every time. He kneels, and instead of scrubbing harder, he lets the light in. Open your secrets to his kindly light, not to fix them, but to expose them. Because secrets are the only thing holding the scene together. Hidden belief, protected identity, private pain. But once it's brought into the light, it can't hold form. It can't defend itself. It can't remain convincing. And then, the shift. The real one. The dangerous one. The one most people won't let happen. It's not that the scene disappears. It's that the meaning disappears. And with it, the one it happened to. Because if nothing happened, then no one was harmed. And if no one was harmed, then the identity built around that harm was never true. That's why salvation and forgiveness are the same. They don't deal with different problems. They deal with the same illusion. A belief that something real has been altered. A belief that something real has been lost. A belief that something real needs to be fixed. And both answer it the same way. Nothing real was touched. Nothing real was changed. Nothing real needs saving. That's why salvation is the borderland. It stands between what seems to have happened and what never could. It doesn't argue with the illusion. It doesn't fight it. It simply removes belief from it. And without belief, it collapses. Now hear this, because this is the line that ends the search. He has one answer to appearances, not 10, not a strategy, not a process. One answer. Regardless of the form, the size, the story, the history, the depth, the emotional charge. One answer. Salvation is my only function here. God still is love, and this is not his will. That's it. That's the entire undoing. Not fixing the world, not correcting behavior, not managing outcomes, but withdrawing belief from every scene that claims something real has been harmed. And here's the final turn. You're not watching the cleanup crew. You are the cleanup crew. Every thought, every memory, every reaction, every judgment is another scene. And every time you say, salvation is my only function here, you refuse to make it real. You refuse to preserve the illusion. You refuse to protect what never happened. And instead, you let it be undone. Gently, completely, without attack, without loss, without cost. Until one day, there are no more scenes left to clean, no more stories to defend, no more past to carry, no more you defined by what never occurred. And what remains was always there, unchanged, untouched, still. God is still love, and this never was his will.